Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this doesn't work. We are 53 days, 14 minutes, and 0 seconds away from kickoff against the Carolina Panthers. And guys, I am so excited. I am so happy that we're going to be talking about football. Not just the draft, not just OTAs. We're going to be talking about preseason. We're going to be talking about the real season. We are on the cusp of the 2018 season. Let's get open for business here. I'm as excited as can be because 1 week from today, the team will head out to Oxnard. And 2 weeks and a few days, the Joe Boo Sports Report will be heading out there Oxnard as well to cover what else? America's team. It's a new season. Things are different. Things have changed. There's some new faces, some familiar ones, and some change. And with that, I'm going to change as well. From now on, we're not going to take the crap anymore. You've already seen today the dumbass comment of the day. When you say something stupid where you don't even know anything about the Cowboys, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to let people know you're an idiot. Now, if you're going for the 5 minutes of fame, I know a lot of you guys, let me say something stupid so I can get it. Hey, if you want to look like an idiot, by all means, we'll be happy to give you your 5 minutes of fame. But I'm not going to take this stuff anymore. I am sick and tired of you guys that keep talking about Dak Prescott sucks. Don't compare him to Troy Aikman. Just like the dumbass comment of today was, if Troy Aikman had the line that Dak Prescott has, his numbers would be even better. All right. I hear you. Whatever. But there's some of you out there, and I know this is where you're going to get mad at me. The Romosexuals will be coming out the woodwork to get me. But I'm doing this not to belittle Tony Romo. I do it to point out that nobody hits their peak consistently. And I know some of you guys, it doesn't matter. You can say, here's the statistics and the numbers that back up the argument. And those numbers, of course, will be wrong, even though those are legitimate statistics. I know some of you guys have it set in your head and there's nothing that's going to change you. But I'm going to put the argument out there for you guys. Because when you look at the 2014 season, Tony Romo was incredible. Tony Romo, that season, was fantastic. But you have to look at some of the reasons why that season was so much better than the others. You have to look at the offensive line. Tyron Smith didn't get hurt. Zach Martin, Travis Frederick, Ron Leary, Doug Free. That was known as the best offensive line in football. That helps the quarterback, don't you think? If he's not running for his life. DeMarco Murray. Fantastic running game. Over 1,800 yards rushing. A Dallas Cowboy record. So you put best offensive line in football, great running attack, and a great quarterback together, and everybody stays healthy, you get a 12-4 season. And that was identical to the 2016 season. Great running attack with Zeke Elliott. Offensive line, fantastic. Dak Prescott, boom, made it easy for him. Identical records almost, 12-4, 13-3. Losing to the same team almost in the same way against the Green Bay Packers. And some people will say that Tony Romo was robbed because Tony Romo was so great. He got it. He was ready to rock and roll. Unfortunately, he got hurt in 2015. And then Dak Prescott stole the team from him. That's what you Romosexuals will say. Because 2015, we still had that same great offensive line. I know we lost DeMarco Murray, but Darren McFadden rushed for over 1,000 yards. It wasn't even the starter until week 5. Yet, We only had 16 touchdown passes and 22 interceptions. And I know you guys are going to say, well, of course, we lost Tony Romo. The team's not the same without Tony Romo. But what's lost in that season, the magic that Tony Romo had the year before wasn't quite there the same. In those 4 games, he averaged 221 yards a game. And I know the fact that he got injured in 2 of them and didn't complete the game skews that number, because he probably would have thrown for some more yardage onto that average. So I get that. I get that one. That's because it was really 3 games. Okay. But in those 4 games, he only had 5 touchdown passes with 7 interceptions. Let me say it again. He had 5 TD passes in 4 games and 7 interceptions. If you were to multiply that over a season, you're talking about 20 touchdown passes and 28 interceptions. Now, Dak Prescott had 22 this past year and 13 interceptions. So Tony Romo in 4 games had half of the interceptions Dak had last year. And I'm not saying Dak had a great season. I'm not. Dak has work to do. But I'm trying to point out to you, and I don't do this to kill Tony Romo, because I know you guys will say, well, what do you expect? But Brandon Whedon actually, believe it or not, was playing better than Tony Romo. Maybe we should have stuck with Brandon Whedon a little longer than we did with Matt Castle, because Tony Romo only had a 79 QBR that year and 68 completion rate. Brandon Whedon had 2 touchdown passes and only 2 interceptions and had a 92 QBR and a 72% completion rate. So you took that team that collectively you could only throw 16 touchdown passes with 22 interceptions, and you have Dak come in and take that same team, with the exception of Zeke Elliott, it's the only difference. You replaced Darren McFadden with Zeke Elliott. We went from 4th in rushing to number 1. It wasn't like we went from 30th to number 1. It was from 4th to 1. You took that team that went 4-12, and you go 13-3 with quarterbacks in 2015 who had NFL experience. I'm not saying Dak Prescott is perfect, but what I'm trying to tell you is quarterbacks have good seasons and they have bad seasons. That nobody is forever up here perfect. So all I say is, give the guy a break. And don't make dumbass comments, because I'm coming after you guys for those. Alright guys, I got some work to do. But as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. I'll see you soon.